Stream is up, but we're not really. The set mics aren't up. Mine is. Try that again. Sorry, I had my mic set on the Alt 3.4, which gives me the audio all the time. All right, there's Jeremy. Hello, Mr. Jeremy.
I made it.
Yay! Josh hasn't made it yet. Why is mine coming over in right? That is so weird. I think I'm starting to lose a... Oh, no, it's fine now. All right, let me bring this side up. This site form is being stupid again. Yeah, it's saying unknown stream enabled
Must be me.
on the live page. Yeah. Now it's up. We're good. That's not what I wanted to close. Oh well. Don't need it anyway. Nothing at all. Hello, Mr. Josh. All right, your guys' mics are up.
Oh no!
Y'all suck.
He's not wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Can you turn my monitor down, Alex?
Some of us suck more at flying than others.
Good.
I'm very efficient. Gone for like exactly 24 hours.
What was that? The term again? Something in vain?
Flight in vain
Nice.
was the technical term for my day yesterday.
That blew.
Yeah, it really did. It was just,
Did Intel send you the Cliff Notes at least?
no
No?
one responded to my email.
Were you emailing the right person?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest.
But yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Good, thanks.
What is that? I don't want to look back to 2014. It was a sucky year.
Should check see what the game's doing.
501.
It's 3-1, I think, a couple minutes ago.
Caps or...
Vegas.
Oh, good. 3-2. Oh, okay. I'm rooting for Washington. Ovi deserves one.
Screw Vegas.
Figure you're
Yeah,
just rooting
that's
for
right.
not Vegas. Figure you're just rooting for not Vegas.
Well, no, I mean, I have nothing against Vegas in general. I mean, I'm upset about the way it all came together, but I just
Why are you upset?
Well, because they changed the expansion draft rules to favor the team
Yep.
So
For this year and next year, because a lot of people traded their did the waivers as like a half dozen picks for next year's season.
yep.
Well, I can kind of see why they do that, because the expansion teams would have no success in like the first 4 years, and a lot of them would fold or sell off to another area.
Well,
Yay.
that's true. Although the NHL's, well, it depends on how you view something like Atlanta, because they had a team, then lost it, then had it again. But other relatively recent expansion franchises have done quite well. Phoenix is still there. I mean,
put a hockey
No,
team
it's
in
Arizona
Phoenix.
now.
in Glendale.
Just to keep it alive.
Yeah, they're in Glendale, but they're there. I mean, Columbus is doing well. Nashville,
Jim, you got your wish.
I got my what? Oh yeah, we're talking.
But just
hockey.
because the Avalanche,
It's working, right?
Let's just click this wonderful 8 ad. Oh, look at that cheap SSD. Wow, that is
That is a
actually
really cheap
cheap.
SSD. Wow.
To be fair, it is in the banner ad. I just didn't read it.
Yeah, for that you can buy 2 of them.
Why stop at 2?
raid.
Just put like 5 of them in a RAID 0.
No, no,
See no problem.
no.
Don't need this fancy NVMe stuff.
What if your NVMe came on a DIMM?
Then Intel would be selling it to you.
Yeah, spoiler.
Well, no, they actually wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
As it turns
It's
out.
also true.
They might let you remote into one of their machines to do some development work in the next
Yeah.
year. Maybe.
All right, I think we can do this thing.
No,
I was really hoping there'd be some issue.
Well, I mean, we can, just.
I've got issues.
Perfect.
Everything's on fire. We're going to have to postpone. It's like my flight last night.
I'm adjusting the wrong knob here.
Always,
what?
always adjust the right
Save
knob.
that.
Well, that's not.
Save that for later in the
No,
show.
well, now I'm just afraid I'm going to break it.
Jim kept breaking things.
Can you turn me up a little bit, Alex?
Hmm?
Can you turn my monitors up just a smidgen?
Turn it down, turn it up, make up your damn mind.
I don't have the knob over here.
Well, maybe you should move the knob over there.
Nah.
It
It's,
is.
it's
It's
more
in front
fun
of the
this way.
camera.
That good?
Yeah.
Jim, are you deaf enough?
I'm fine.
These earbuds just be so far off of the ones that they normally use here because it's always loud as hell in my ear. It's
They're
like
just deaf.
blowing out my.
Well,
They-
you're using the nice headphones, and usually
No.
I think.
These are the $15 mono price in ear headphones.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah, well.
They come in handy.
With the extra bass.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, I think I might have the same
not
ones
really
labeled
bass,
under REE.
they
Is
say
that
it
another
is.
company that makes them?
probably.
Yeah. I've been very happy with them. Like $7 on Amazon. I used them for 6 years now.
Yeah. What's my pick going to be, Jim?
So I didn't realize in
that.
Austin
You're
the
a
floppy
laptop.
disk repair company was a bar.
Can't do that yet.
That is a bar I would definitely
Not as
visit.
a teaser.
I don't know if it's ever going to show up.
Well, that's the point. They get
Yeah,
some use out of it.
Fair.
I mean, some people. Are there pictures of it that are nice quality? You bought it? There's not even pictures. Okay.
Oh, you know me. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there are pictures. Just everything else is in Chinese.
Well, it's a good.
Ah, spoilers.
Just
Cut
random
away.
click.
I'll take 3.
Get the Google Translate app out.
That's basically what I was using to order the thing.
Turn down's good.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
No.
Oh, you will.
Do the X-ray.
Hmm.
The X-ray?
X-ray.
Oh, well, you have to have a pick.
Well,
Besides
I'm not-
hockey.
I didn't make the pick. I already got my pick.
Yeah.
Check the notes.
Yeah, did I miss anything in the notes on the rundown here?
No.
Did you look?
I'll get some divine inspiration.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
All right, so I'm not hosting, so someone else is doing that.
But you're in the seat. You're in the host
You
seat.
can't be
I
in the
don't-
host seat and say, no, I'm not doing that.
There's no
As
qualifications
it
to host
turns
the show
out-
except for who's sitting in that seat.
As it turns out, you can say no when you're sitting in this seat.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Jim, you did such a good job last time.
Well, this is just going to confuse people. I'm on the.
They're already going to be confused.
I know that's true. All right. Okay, fine.
Thank you, Jim.
What episode is it? 501.
501 on
499.
That's
No.
some sort
Down
of
again.
HTTP error, isn't it? 501.
Hey, I learned that 499 was an HTTP error code. It's an Nginx specific one, but
That doesn't count.
And
Yeah.
I don't watch the show anymore. How does he start the podcast?
Hey, everybody, it's Tuesday. Oh, wait.
No.
That's different.
It's the BC Perspective Podcast. This is episode 501, recorded on blah, 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 blah. I'm Jim so-and-so.
You don't even know my last
Well,
name.
there's a cold open.
Okay. That hurt, Josh. All right. We'll get through this.
Very cold open.
There's no standards anymore.
You're Jim Tenuous.
Yeah.
Tenuous at best.
Yes, tenuous.
Jim Tenuous.
All right. Let me know when you're ready.
I've been ready since
Oh,
the dawn
okay.
of time.
Is everyone else ready? Okay.
No, not really, but we're going to do it anyway.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the PC Perspective Podcast. This is episode 501, being recorded on Wednesday, May 30th, 2018. I'm your host tonight, Jim Tanis.
I'm Jeremy Hellstrom.
Josh is muted.
No, he's not.
Josh Walrus.
No.
No.
He's just, oh, dear God.
I can do this too, Josh.
Sure you can.
And
But not as
together
well as
we're the
me.
B team.
Who are you, Ken?
Ken Addison. What?
Well, thanks for joining us anyway. Apologize. Everything's out of whack because Ken at the last second, just wimped out.
You can't assume I'm
Can you
going to
say-
host.
can
I've
you
never hosted.
No, but we can't
You must
assume
have
you'll limp
hosted.
out.
I don't think I have.
Really?
No.
Well, that
Mm.
okay. Well, so I'm in the wrong seat, so just turn your monitor upside down. It'll be fine. So welcome. Thanks for joining us. We host this show live every Wednesday night at 10 Eastern, 7 Central. Figure it out in your remaining time zones. And you can join us if you want to watch it live at pcper.com/live. If you want to know when we go live, like if you're watching this after the fact and you want to join the show and insult us in the chat or just otherwise participate, we have a special mailing list that notifies you for all of our special events, and that is pcper.com/subscribe. We don't use that as marketing. We don't sell it. It's just a plain text email that says, hey, we're about to go live either for the podcast or for special events we do for giveaways, things like that. And we do a lot of giveaways with our live streams, and you usually have to be watching live to win. So make sure you sign up for that, and you will never miss a show except for the times we forget to send the email, which unfortunately happens more than you might think. Some other housekeeping matters here. We've got our weekly mailbag series. I didn't miss anything, did I? Okay, we're already getting off to a rocky start here.
Patreon.
Patreon, sorry. If you'd like to support
Keep
us, because the economics of websites has changed, you can support us directly at patreon.com/PCper. You're probably all familiar with Patreon. It's a way for creators, people who create stuff, to have direct contributions from the people who enjoy what they create. And you can give as much or as little as you want there. It's a monthly basis, so $1 a month, $5, $10. The normal policy is if you increase your existing pledge or make a new pledge during the show, Ryan gets a notification on his phone, and he will read out your name or whatever you put in the name field. He is in Texas
I think so.
now, so we won't be able to do that because those go straight to him. But he gets a notification when it happens. So if you'd like to give him a little bit of a chuckle or say something horrible that'll keep him up at night,
I'm sure he's at some very important dinner right now, and he'd look at his phone and be horrified.
Yeah,
It'd just
so
be perfect.
definitely
Make his
do
night.
that. Or if you want to, just keep in mind, if you want to do it live, you want to, get the recognition on the air, just, don't wait till next week and check it out there. But we really appreciate that because that Patreon program allows us to do some extra content like our mailbag, which is our weekly Q&A show, where one of the staff sits down. It's usually Ryan, although coming up tomorrow, it's going to be Josh. So make sure you tune in for that one. And basically, we answer your questions for 15 or 20 minutes. You can send us your questions by leaving a comment in the YouTube video section at the website at pcpro.com, because we post a link there. Or you can send it on Twitter, send it to Ryan Shroud, at Ryan Shroud, or at PCPer, and we'll pick them up there as well. So don't forget to miss that. And
Don't forget to miss that.
Don't forget to, that doesn't.
Don't forget to miss it.
You were right.
I got it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That is solid advice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely,
don't forget
definitely.
to ignore it.
Because
completely.
I have a little birdie who's given me some inside information on the questions for this week. And if you've ever wondered about Josh's personal care routine or how he keeps that dome so lustrous, be sure to tune in.
Dress.
Wow.
Yes. And also one other thing, of course, is that we finally recently, after many years and many requests, introduced our merchandise store. It's at
JoshTech.com.
JoshTech.com. We got that redirect. Okay. JoshTech.com or teespring.com/stores/PCPer. And you can pick up a Josh Tech mug with Josh Walrus, sans tusks, but otherwise adorable. Or the PCPer logo, or one of our lovely slogans that I'm sure we've stolen from any number of copyrighted
No, we
and
came up with
trademark
this
properties.
one. This is totally original.
Do we still
Okay.
have Sweet Sweet Lemonade, or did we drop that one?
I stopped selling that because that literally was infringement.
Yes, that was not
Yeah.
us.
So if you want to support us, but you also want to get a little something physical there, other than some manhandling by Josh, you can pick up a shirt and just get a size too small, have it hug you a little bit, and pretend it's Josh. A little bit of every purchase goes to us to help us out. So we appreciate that as well. All right, jumping into the show, one more housekeeping matter. This is the final day,
28 hours left. at the
28
time of
hours
recording.
to enter our massive May giveaway. It's from EVGA. We're giving away all of that wonderful stuff there. We've got motherboards. We've got water, all-in-one water coolers, power supplies, cases, keyboards, all this great stuff from EVGA. Head over to, do we have a short link for that?
You know, I don't think so.
Okay, well, that's our bad. Just go to pcpro.com. There's a link there on the site to get in there, or check the show notes to this episode, and you can enter there. There's multiple ways to enter, and like we said, 28 hours left, and we'll be drawing winners for all that great stuff. So thanks to EVGA for that, and be sure to get your entry in.
That is tagged, so you could go to pcpro.com/contest, couldn't you?
That's not quite how the tags
Oh,
work.
weak.
It's a longer URL than that.
Nah, never mind.
That's a lot of entries.
Real first-class operation we got here.
/category/tag/contest.
That's not easier.
It
That's-
rolls off the tongue.
No, it's not easier at all. Never mind.
Taxonomy. Who ever heard of it?
Nah.
Okay, well, let's get into the news. We've got first up, we have a review from Christopher Koch, right? Yes.
Yeah.
This is a really interesting product. It's the Corsair Dark Core RGB wireless gaming mouse, along with their gaming mouse pad and accompanying mouse. And this is similar. We took a look at the Logitech version of this, or a similar product. It's,
Yeah, I forget what they call that now.
I don't know if they had the name finalized
Yeah.
when we reviewed it. It was a pre-release that we looked at, but the concept is it's a mouse pad that has wireless charging built into it, and then they have mice that they've built for this that you can then charge your mouse without having to plug it into anything. Now the Logitech one, and I think Razer's got one as well, that covers the whole surface of the pad. So anytime your mouse is on that pad, it's getting a little bit of charge, theoretically enough to always compensate for what you're using, so you never have to charge it. This one's a little different. It's got, you can see in the picture here, if you're looking at the review, it's got a circle on the right side there. And, the picture's too big. And the mouse has to be there. That is the wireless charging part. The rest of it is just a standard mouse pad with RGB. That circle area is the charging section. The good news is that also charges, it's Qi compatible. Am I pronouncing that right, Qi?
Yeah.
The QI, so you can charge your iPhone. You can charge your other wireless devices.
Yeah, they actually ship with adapters, like little
Yeah, you get a little
nubbins,
puck.
which
Yeah.
aren't exactly the cleanest way to charge your phone.
I
but
guess,
you
yeah.
have a micro USB, and then they provide converters for Lightning and USB Type C.
Better than nothing.
Yeah.
But the only thing is, you got to remember, in order to get that true sort of never have to charge your mouse thing, you got to remember to move the mouse to that spot when you're done with your session.
It's kind of like the whole space pen versus pencil thing, right? With the whole sort of tale with the
Reinventing the-
Russians
yeah,
in the U.S.
yeah.
how we reinvented the wheel. Like, you could put all of this R&D effort into making a mouse pad that's a really large inductive charger and all this new cutting edge technology, or you could just put a little cheat coil in one corner of it.
Yeah, and Chris had a very good impressions of it, and also another factor there too is that this makes it cheaper.
Yeah.
The Logitech one is $250, and the Razer one's $200, or is it the other way around? Razer's $250, and the
Yeah,
Logitech.
I can't remember.
Well, it's one of those, and then this one's only if you pair the mouse and the pad, comes to like $160 or $170 maybe.
Pretty good.
So it's quite a bit cheaper than the other options. So and he said it worked well. Good tracking. You know, it's an attractive mouse, attractive pad, nice lighting effects that you can customize through the Corsair software.
Kind of pseudo-looking carbon fiber crap.
Yeah,
sorta.
Yeah. I mean, that's
I
the
imagine that's
style.
an actual texture on
Yeah, it's
there to
texture.
help. You know,
Ooh, I like texture. your
dimpled for your pleasure.
For your
Yeah.
pleasure.
It's got the pass.
And shockingly enough, this will actually fit into that Corsair K63 lap board
What a
Oh.
that
coincidence.
he
Nice.
reviewed a couple of weeks ago.
There you go.
Yeah.
So overall, if you're looking for something like this, is certainly not a product for everyone. But if you're looking for something like this,
I'm looking for something,
I
but
know.
it's not a mouse.
Honeycomb good. Yeah.
So what's the buttons on the left side where the thumb rest is? I think it's up there. Is that a
Like a
multiple?
forward and back, and then maybe a middle button there.
Yeah, forward and back, and a center sniper.
Huh.
That's
Eh,
okay.
I like a forward and back button a lot on a mouse.
Oh yeah, once you get used to that,
You can't go
you
without
you
it,
can't
no.
go back. Yeah, so it looks like a great option there for this new category of wireless charging mice. So again, that's the Corsair Dark Core RGB SE wireless gaming mouse, along with their MM1000 mouse pad. And you need both. That's the other thing is you need to both. You can buy them together, but don't go buying one or the other because you.
I mean,
Takes two to tango.
I guess you could just buy the mouse and use the standard Qi charger, but that would be
Well, yeah,
really,
but-
really awkward.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Next up, we've got a review from Alan.
What? No, that must be a typo.
Yeah, because he's gone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone for good.
He
We
fled
won't be
the
seeing
country.
him. This is the summer without Alan.
Gone back to Korea again, has he?
I guess he might. Last I heard, he was in a Turkish prison because I guess thermal paste looks an awful lot like some sort of street drug.
Mm-hmm.
So he's but we won't be seeing him for a while. And but he's still submitting from beyond the grave, beyond the I don't know.
Behind the bars.
Sure.
Behind the Iron Curtain.
So what we got here is an ADATA XPG SX8200. It's an M.2 NVMe SSD, 480 gigabyte capacity is the one he tested. And the key here is price. It's a very well performing. It's not the best, but it performs very well for the price.
well, it's like better than the first generation of the Western Digital Black, which was 2 gigabyte per second and something like 1,300 writes. Yeah, it's not as good as the new Western Digital Black,
Right.
but boy, at $169 retail.
Yeah, I mean, look at the QD performance compared to all of the sort of drives in a similar price point. Like, it just kind of walks all over everything.
Yep.
It
That's
is
it.
at full speed at
Starts out fast
QD2
and doesn't stop.
for sequentials.
What's the Silicon Motion, right?
I believe
Yes.
so, yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
got it's one of the
SM
first with the
2280.
TLC.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Do it now!
No. Remind me tomorrow.
Now pick a time.
Time, anytime.
Just scroll as far as we can. Next Tuesday, okay. We'll just pass this on to next week then.
That
Got
can down the road.
Future Ken is gonna hate you.
it. Future
Coming to you
Ryan's
every
gonna hate
Wednesday.
me, I
Yeah,
think.
Windows
that's
update
not the-
prompt.
Yeah. Well,
So this drive actually hits the same perf as the 970 at a much lower Q depth. Is that what the takeaway is?
Well, that's the burst performance. I think sequential, it's more towards the middle of the pack. You can see it here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not exactly the most impressive thing. Like if you look at the 970 Evo, it's kind of walking all over everything for sequentials. But yeah, it seems to be at least right there in most of the tests, if not a little bit above average.
Kind of like the advanced generation. Remember when what my digital SSD had their $200, 500, 480 gig one that it had good performance for the time, but this undercuts it by $30 and performs better. It's the one of the later generations of the Silicon Motion controller plus the new memory.
Yeah, 35 cents a
Chelsea.
gig in the sweet spot. MSRP, that's pretty damn good.
yeah. And capacity is up to 2 terabytes, although that's not yet available. Coming later this year.
Later.
Still nowhere near Ryan's law,
10 cents a
Yeah.
gig? No.
Yeah. but in the land of reality, pretty good.
So does the sticker have like a copper strip on it, or is it just
I don't
I
know.
don't know. I did not physically see this. Alan must have been testing it
Alan?
before he
Let's see.
ran
Does
off.
he have a teardown pick in here?
I'm not seeing one.
He always has an
Internals?
internals pick.
Much disappoint.
Mother is scratcher of. He doesn't answer the big questions.
Yeah.
Like it matters anyway. Just leave your.
Just gotta get that cool heat
Leave
sink we looked
memory
at last
hot.
week, and there you go.
Yeah. So this is a 5-year warranty. How does that compare to the others in its price range? 'Cause-
Damn.
Uh,
They're all
Samsung
like
7, is it?
I think.
I think there's a couple of threes, a
higher
couple
end
of
stuff
sevens,
is
but
going
most
to
are
be
5.
5 to 7.
It's
but
it's
everything
not,
else.
It's not bad. It's certainly not unusual or
That seems pretty par for the course.
yeah.
Okay.
Great.
I would consider 3 years to be par for the course, so this is above average.
Okay. Fair
Okay.
enough.
So take that.
Whoa.
Well, I will take it. I'll
Fine.
take that to the bank.
Where are you going to take it? Where is he going to take it someplace nice?
No.
I'm gonna take it out to dinner and then, well, yeah.
God, that thing is so amazingly small.
We
It's
just
just
we got in
ludicrous.
some vastly smaller M.2 SSDs this week.
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying.
it's like a stick of gum.
This
I
is-
love it.
This is way smaller. I think it's
Well-
still under NDA, so I can't really say anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are we talking chiclet size?
Well,
or-
M.2 has different form factors, let's say.
Okay.
It sure does.
So
2280 is kind of one of the larger,
Mhm.
right?
yeah,
Mhm.
There's one above that.
there's 110,
There
which is
is,
like
yeah.
only enterprise SSDs, I think,
Yeah.
and then there are 2 smaller ones.
So would this be the first commercially available smaller one?
I don't think it's the first, but
No.
like I know Sebastian was reviewing a mini PC at some point and like found one, but I think it was maybe M.2 SATA. I don't.
Yeah, but
NVMe 1.3, that's the latest, right?
I believe so.
Are all the earlier ones still like 1.2, some of the other crap that you can get
Man, you're really asking
at
the
that
wrong
price
crowd.
range? I don't know. I just don't know enough about it. But anyway, yeah.
What
that's-
time is it in Brussels? Let's get Alan on the phone
We're
here.
6 hours ahead,
Oh,
I think.
I can't tell time. Here, it's going to come in capacities up to 500. Well, in usable capacities up to 512 gigabytes, but you're not going to be able to just go buy one, right, Ken?
Yeah, as far as I know, I don't know if they gave any sort of date range for general rollout, but I believe right now they're doing like kind of like they did with the Optane, where they're putting in some servers and giving some developers remote access to those servers. They're not giving them actual hardware.
Sure.
They're populating servers with like 192 gigs of RAM and then like 512 gigs of this Optane DC persistent memory, as the branding is, as they announced today, which is going to take some getting used to.
Yeah.
To sort of optimize the application, see what they can do with it, and then hopefully when it launches and people actually put it in servers, there are really good use cases and workflows.
Yeah. But
Well, it's their whole idea that they want to bridge the gap in speed between what you get on die on the processor and between memory and the processor, as you can see right there.
mm-hmm.
Is it between memory and the cache of the processor, or memory and a solid state storage device?
It's
Memory and a solid state
between memory and
storage device.
Yeah.
Because random access memory is still going to be faster in Optane,
Yes.
but not as much as you think. But it is going to be a hell of a lot faster than an SSD attached to SATA or PCIe.
Right, because this is a logarithmic graph we're looking at, or we're looking at.
We love
Let's just
logarithmic
consult
scales.
the fun marketing video.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We got a minute 47 to waste. Performance capacity.
So we probably don't have the
The
information.
missing link.
the missing link between performance.
Yeah, I was supposed to be at this event, but flight delays led me to not be there. So I don't have necessarily the inside scoop yet. I read a couple of articles that people posted. Anantech had a pretty good article talking about the stuff today.
So why aren't you letting us in?
Why am I not
Talk
letting
about
you
it,
in?
Ken. Come on.
I talked about it for a little bit. I talked about their
Whatever.
strategy with virtual servers and such for development. It's
Ooh, look,
Yeah.
hot and warm. Nice.
The ball's under the first green cup.
and let's go ahead and say this isn't going to be something you're going to put in your Z570 based motherboard. This
No.
is definitely a server technology, and it will be a server technology for quite a while. If it would be surprising if it really ever made it down to consumer desktop level.
Mhm.
It's not really a whole lot of need for really, really fast persistent memory on
No,
gaming
never say
PCs.
never.
Hey, man, that's
true.
Many, many picoseconds of my life I'll never get back waiting for a game to load.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Elder Scrolls 6 is eventually coming out, so
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think memory will be your issue with stability in an Elder Scrolls game.
So I know we talked about this earlier before the podcast, and we didn't really have an answer for it. So Optane usually shows up as a block device, right?
Mhm.
Now we have it in DIMM. How does that actually show up to the system as hardware? Is that just random addressable memory, or is that a block device that's running over a DIMM transport layer? I mean, do we have any idea what the situation
That's
is for
a
that?
good question, Alex.
I'm guessing the second one is
Yeah.
what it
Yeah.
is, because you've got, I mean, it's not going to treat it as RAM.
Mhm.
It's probably going to have something in the firmware of the motherboard that says these DIMMs are going to be a longer term storage. You're going to have to address latencies. You're going to have to address how you address the damn thing.
Yeah.
And then the other one's for memory. And then you have to have the operating system on top of that be able to figure out which is which, because otherwise it just ain't going to work.
Mhm.
But you've got a 128-bit wide connection directly to the CPU with fast storage of big storage. That's a nice thing, but you've got to have some pretty sweet OS support and pretty good firmware support, and your CPU needs to know what the hell it's looking at.
Right. So this is
Otherwise, it's going to spend a lot of time going, wait, that was a lot quicker than I expected.
No, it's going to do a random memory access, and it's going to be like, why is it so damn slow as compared to DDR4?
Well, isn't there an extension to the JEDEC standard for DDR4 that does persistent storage type interfaces, or am I thinking of something completely different?
Yeah. What were they called? What were they called before this? Sort of the more
I can't
generic.
remember to look it up
Oh.
because I can remember posting something about it because there's a couple of people working on this. not
Yeah,
just
that's been
Intel.
going around for years, and it's been in some production in some servers. There hasn't been a whole lot of platform support. The thing about Optane, in like being an Intel technology, Intel will add it to their Xeon platforms, and
Well,
you'll
it's
immediately have
it's
support.
been the dream of Flash for
Yeah.
the last 20 years, to have it close to the CPU and have lots of storage that can be accessed very, very quickly at low latencies and still be non-volatile. But, you know, back in the 90s, flash storage was extremely expensive, extremely small, and had problems. and then memory speeds got faster, and people started building larger caches and CPUs, and then it didn't make as much sense to try to do that. Now we're finally at the point where we've got technology at the memory level, the chip level, that can handle these speeds and latencies and still be non-volatile. And my wife is yelling in the background.
At least it's not at you.
As
Yeah,
North
right in
Ranger,
the middle of my soliloquy of memory technologies. Maybe I should mute and yell her. And yeah, okay. Anyway, go away. I'm going to mute and yell.
NVDIM was the
But
term
we're
we
still talking about
term we
Octane.
were searching for.
NVDIM.
NVDIM.
Okay.
And,
Well,
and as multiple people have pointed out in the chat, that has been a standard in the Linux kernel for a while now. A
but
while now.
I don't think we know if that's what Intel is using.
You would think that Intel would, use the standards that are out there, right? Right?
Yep.
They'll
You could
develop
think
a
that.
brand new motherboard for you to put it on.
well, speaking of defying at least conventions, standard conventions, let's talk about this. So, Dell, like a lot of manufacturers, is selling. They've been selling systems that have Optane caching built in.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan the other day found this little tidbit. They are advertising their G3 gaming laptop and they're advertising the memory, just at least that's the upfront presentation, the memory quantity as the sum of your RAM and your Optane storage. So in this screenshot, they say, hey, this G3 model has 24 gigs of memory. That's 8 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of Optane. And they do clarify that down below. But it is interesting that's how they're choosing to portray this. And you can understand where they're coming from. This is
At least they didn't
additional.
say it was 28.
Sure.
And count the video memory in there as well.
Well, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, this is Optane is storage that will improve your responsiveness, your system responsiveness. Whether that's because it's just caching your existing data, or if we get into maybe some page file stuff, if you run out of physical memory and you're paging, and again, we had some discussions about this. We're not quite sure how it would always handle that. But if you start to page and you're going to page to your Optane versus your hard drive, well, that's obviously going to be much faster as well. So for the average consumer who isn't really concerned with the technical stuff, I guess you could say that, maybe a system for some workloads with 8 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of Optane is going to be better, maybe, than a system with 16 gigs of RAM and no Optane and just a mechanical hard drive. So what do you guys think about the way Intel and Dell are positioning this?
I think it's okay, especially at the price point that we're looking at.
Mm.
I think it's going to work well for a lot of people. You're not going to be doing heavy duty video editing on an i5.
Mhm.
You're going to do some gaming, and that's going to be perfectly fine. It's going to fit into a lot of stuff in 8 gigs because what game developer just thinks, oh, hey, we need 16 gigs minimum.
Especially
We're not
today.
quite there yet.
And it is
look at
important to know.
Fortnite. It's like, it does not require that big of a memory footprint.
Yeah, and it is important to know this is their gaming brand. They're not doing this on their pro laptops, as far as I've seen.
Yeah,
so
I've only seen on this line.
Yeah, it's a gaming line. It's a low end, or low to mid range price point. I mean, I have absolutely no problem with them offering this configuration. I'm just a little hesitant because for so long, the word memory in a computer specs sheet has meant physical DRAM.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, but the average consumer who buys this for $800 is not going to notice a difference. And in fact, it would take some serious benchmarking to be able to really get away from, okay, here's 8 gigs, 16 gigs versus a 16 gig basic setup of just memory. It's
Sure, but
You know, you're robbing
but
Peter
why
to pay
call it 24
Paul,
gigs
except
of
in this
memory?
case,
Yeah.
Paul is actually doing shit, so you're fine with it.
And that's fine. Like it's a completely valid configuration of laptop to have. This is probably one 8 gig DIMM and a 16 gig Optane storage acceleration. Just don't call it 24 gigs of memory because it's not.
But it's Optane memory.
The Optane,
That's the same
the
thing,
Optane
right?
goes with the hard drive entry, not the RAM entry.
And my fear, Josh, is that I think so. And again, because it's the gaming line, I don't know. Maybe that gets more complicated or nuanced. But you know, there are people who are not technically sophisticated in terms of specs who still do things like edit video or, you know, do large database work or something. You know, they're trained in an application. They're trained in doing a particular
They
task.
like lots of Chrome tabs.
Even then, yeah, sure. And so they may not know what that means. They may understand. They may have some concept of what memory is, but they may not understand the distinction between what Optane and DRAM is.
Well, if this was like their
Yeah, but
entry level
it's-
thing, that would be one case. But this is their gaming line, and I would think the people who are buying a gaming laptop
Well,
are
but
going to
it's
be a
not
little bit
their
more
highest
nuanced.
It's
end
new
gaming
low end
line.
gaming.
No,
Yeah, to be fair.
the person buying the gaming laptop is going to go, okay, I want big numbers, and you say, okay, it's got 24 gigs of memory, which is, and I'm already bored. I don't care. You say it has 24 gigs, sell it to me. There's a lot of people, and it frustrates me to no end because it's like, no, you need to understand this, because you're going to come back in a month and complain about it. But people are going to get bored when you're trying to say, well, it's 8 gigs of this RAM
memory
and
on a
16
modern
of
operating
this.
system.
Huh?
Well,
Who is going to complain about 8 gigs of memory on a modern
anyone
operating
running
system?
Creative
That's
Cloud
not the argument
apps.
we're making, Josh.
Okay, who is a person running Creative Cloud going to buy a $719 laptop
They
to
might.
run?
Hell no.
They might.
Do you know how many people
might.
stream on Twitch and post the videos to YouTube later these days? Like, video editing is now a way more mainstream workload than it's ever been.
Yeah,
But
okay, fine.
That's
But
a
let
whole
me
other
ask
thing.
you this.
Software-based
Let me
stuff.
ask you a question. Do you remember back in the day when you got a small SSD, what did you do with it? Did you load the operating system on it? Or did my dog's attacking somebody? Or did you use it kind of as just a cache? I mean, if Alan was here, he would go he would do the soliloquy.
I used it as an
of-
operating
Yeah,
system.
I put an operating system on it.
I bought an 80 gig Intel X25M and I put my OS on
this
it.
was
Me too.
before that. The people with the 16 and the 32 gig stuff, they use that
Yep.
as a cache drive and not the
No,
OS.
I bought a 32 gig Samsung
the caching
drive.
software
and-
didn't even really exist then.
I think
It's
it's.
the 25th anniversary ThinkPad,
Yep.
which they did last
Mhm,
year, which
mhm.
I thought that was really cool. The ThinkPad anniversary.
yeah, I had that 7-row keyboard on it.
That was really nice.
Nice. So we'll keep an eye out for hopefully something next week on.
Nostalgia is
On that.
alive in the world of PC hardware.
Well, yeah,
Just
absolutely.
ask Josh.
Well,
I didn't even have an 8086. I had an 8088 knockoff as my first
Yeah, nice.
real PC.
It explains so much.
NEC, baby. They made it was what 11 megahertz turbo.
Significantly
Size
faster
speed
than
loads
the
lag.
Intellivision,
Yeah.
which was announced as coming back today.
Did you see the Atari is now available
Yeah.
through their Indiegogo?
mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. We
That's
should-
kind of
I
interesting.
feel like I've been hearing
AMD
about
did
that
the graphics
forever.
for it. I want to know a teardown of that damn thing and what's in it.
And didn't they announce this Atari thing like years ago?
Over a year
it's-
ago.
It's been a
at
long
least
time.
a year.
They
Yeah.
launched that website, which had absolutely nothing on it but the old classic
Mhm.
logo and
Yeah.
nothing.
I'll be amazed if that thing ever actually gets produced
Really?
and
Yeah.
ships.
Yeah.
Atari is essentially just a company that sells their name to other companies at this point. It's just
Sure.
a licensing department.
They've been bought and sold how many times in the past
Yeah.
20 years?
There's been some real crap with the Atari brand recently, like Bluetooth speakers and stuff like that. I think like just
Mhm.
real bottom of the barrel stuff.
Yeah. But a nice looking original, like the keeping with the original design and having properly emulated, because there was a lot of crap on that platform.
Yeah.
So having properly emulated versions of some of the more popular games,
Yeah.
they're cashing in on that Nintendo classic fever.
Exactly.
They say, did you just say they're cashing in?
No, well, I should have.
You
should
should
have.
I missed that opportunity.
Yeah, you did.
Oh well.
do better next time.
No
Or
promises.
fix it in post.
Yeah. Okay. So here's a story that's going to be right up Alex's alley. We've got a story from. I didn't intend anything vulgar with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I have one post on this thing, and it's all alone. I am so sad of you people. Look at this. Look at this. No
Look at that
responses.
effort into
Nothing.
that comment.
All that effort. I did all that research and all that markup, and nothing. Just crickets.
honestly, it's the first time seeing it. I didn't even scroll down. I'm sorry.
Dude, not even that guy that writes War and Peace in the comments commented on
I
this.
know. Power Guy wasn't around. I feel abandoned. Anyway,
Yeah. I mean, I clicked through to TechSpot, so that's. But why don't you take a lead on this one, Alex? Tell us all the good stuff.
well, I mean, this is just one of many different projects you can get. I don't recall the name of the board they're using here.
Oh, look at that.
There's so many beautiful pictures in
Oh,
this
Woody.
article. So it goes through the whole process where you can either get your own PCBs and get them printed out and pre-assembled. Some of them you have to solder every single thing on there. There's a wide variety of options here. The article goes through each actual step. Soldering the base plates, assembling the top plate, choosing the wonderful options of colors. There's a whole niche market here of people building custom keycaps. And there's the beauty right there. Look at that.
Ooh, I like those keycaps.
Those are the replicas from the what is that? The Spaceboard or something, the old classic one. I can never remember the name of it.
The person who made this keyboard's username is Hold These Balls. So,
Well, that makes me feel better about touching that keyboard.
yeah, it seems about right.
But I like the menu key right in the middle. That's awesome. Two shift, thumb
yeah.
on a shift button. It's not
Wow.
Thumb shift.
That's really kind of sweet. Instead of one long bar, you actually have a button in the middle that, of course, nobody actually touches with their thumbs. So this is perfect.
Well, no, he doesn't touch it with his thumbs. We've already determined that.
No,
Well, someone else is
Congrats.
holding his balls. It wasn't him.
Ah, jeez. Really?
I like it.
So I believe all of these options are powered by QMK, Quantum Mechanical Keyboard firmware.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
There is some really neat minimized keyboards out there. That is,
Oh, that one's cute.
Need more buttons.
I think the default layout on those, that is a, what is that? Is that a Quantum? No, it's not a Quantum. It's a Plank. That's it.
Yeah.
And you can get that both in having an actual space bar like that, the huge space bar it has, or you can get it in, I believe it's an MIT version where the space bar is split into its own keycaps.
Huh.
But do you have to run Vim on it?
No.
Yeah.
You can, but you can actually use Emacs on this, where you can move around you can actually have with QMK you can map as many actions to a key as you want. I believe you get up to 32 layers. So that Control Alt Meta Hyper Tab VC actually can be done with one hand.
Do you know
Nice.
what else can be done with one hand?
Okay.
No, Josh.
And
no.
doesn't cause as much cramping.
Well, then you're not doing it right.
Oh, you guys are terrible.
Well, for the audio listeners, this is one of those segments where you really need to when you get out of the car or finish your commute or whatever, go to a device with a screen and check out this article at TechSpot, because you got to see these pictures. Our discussion does not do them justice of how neat and custom they are.
It's very, very cool.
And then you can fall down the custom keyboard rabbit hole and spend hundreds of dollars on your keyboards.
Yeah, we
can
can.
have an opinion on keycap materials.
Of course. How could you not?
What? There's actually discussion about this?
About keycap materials?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you followed Scott Wasson lately?
Yeah, he's gotten real deep down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's a great topic. I wish those of you who start something there. Some good luck. Don't become Alex. Don't become that part of Alex.
What? I mean, it's a core part of your being. It's
Oh, okay.
This is a primary interface between you and the computer. You must be serious about this.
All right. Sounds good.
Moving on.
I got my Amazon Basics. I'm fine. So we've got a new case from Antec, which I haven't seen Antec's name listed in the case for a while. Yes. Is that how you pronounce it? It's Lucy?
Oh, I pronounce it.
Okay. Well, then that's what we're going to go with. The Lucy. It's a new aluminum case. Very nice. Got a tempered glass side panel.
Yeah, it does.
Nice. What do you call that? Brushed aluminum.
Yeah.
Finish. It's a very it doesn't have front optical or front 5 1/4, but very few cases do these days, it seems. But a very nice nice looking case from Antec, and Tech Report's got an overview for you. If we can check that out, Kenneth. Thank you.
Oh no, am I in trouble?
You're in trouble.
Well, now you got to scroll.
Oh God, it's so needy.
Well, I would have sat there. Never mind.
So, has Antec ever made a non-beautiful case?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
there
see
were-
the skeleton?
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
they were, but what was it? Maybe 9-10 years ago, they were the case manufacturer. I mean, you
Right.
went to
And
them.
between 2000 and 2005, they were on top of their game, and then they fell down.
They put out some
Yeah.
real conkers in the past 5
I mean,
or
I
6
was
years.
using Antex up till probably 2011, I think,
Yeah,
and then I
they-
switched to
they-
Corsair.
They revised the P180 with like the P280, I think. Like
Mhm.
they semi-modernized. They put like cable routing grommets and stuff in, and that was a good case. I used that for my like HTPC for a while. I just had
Mhm.
it sitting next to my TV, and that was a solid, quiet case. But since then, they've just kind of lost their way. There's like that $1,000 case that Sebastian reviewed of theirs. I was like all tempered glass and gigantic.
Yeah, with all the big giant doors that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the suicide door
Mhm.
type thing, and just. But this seems to be a pretty good return to form. $92.
92 and I guess
84 right
80
now.
even cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah. And
But-
there's also a silent version if you don't want the tempered glass side panel, this is like definitely a traditional Antec case
Mm-hmm.
here.
Why is the tempered glass one cheaper?
Economics, something free market
All right.
demand. I don't know. Maybe they have more of those tempered glass panels than they do of the insulated door.
Maybe.
Who knows? Also, it depends if you're not. Who was the seller on the? This is technology.
Galaxy.
But who was the seller on the other one there? Amazon. So there you go.
Amazon, yeah.
Different. I mean,
Yeah, that'll be doing
yeah.
it.
But yeah, a nice, real nice offering from Antec. Good to see them back in the game with something that looks pretty attractive and pretty affordable.
Yeah.
All right.
$105. I'll take it.
Well, even
We
or
just
or
discussed
less.
how it was
Or less.
$85 for the tempered glass.
Whatever. I'm not listening because I'm too busy drinking and looking at Jim.
What? We talked about this. The judge said. Okay.
But I'm more than 150 yards away from you.
Okay, sure, but remember there was the implied harassment.
Hmm.
Oh, he doesn't imply it.
No, it's applied. But
Directly applied harassment. Okay.
Harassment
Right
applied
to the-
directly
directly to
forehead.
the
Well,
Oh.
so how about those epic vulnerabilities, I guess?
Yeah. So, all right, Jeremy, what's the story here?
Well, apparently if someone's got physical access to your server and it's running an Epic and they've got admin rights, they can do things to it,
Wait,
which of
wait,
course is utterly
hold up.
terrifying.
Are we talking
You know-
Amazon or are we talking Epic? Because
So, yeah, as opposed to just this stupid arse vulnerability that isn't actually a vulnerability because you're already screwed at the point it's an issue, how about something actually scary? Your entire purchase history from Amazon.com from your very first dip into the scary world.
We did this.
I probably shouldn't click this link,
Don't click
especially
it.
on the
We-
stream.
no.
We did this
No.
not long after I moved here. I remember.
Oh yeah,
And
you
I-
ran the official report.
Yeah.
They'll even let you download it, and you can make
Yeah.
a chart for yourself.
It was bad.
Yeah, you don't
It-
want.
it's
you
only
don't want
gotten
to look
worse.
at that list.
Well, we had like 3. Well, let's see. How long are children in diapers? 2 years. We had 2 years of diapers. Thousands of diapers delivered. All of our furniture. TVs. I don't know.
This-
And the other things you don't want to admit to.
Well, sure.
Well, that Amazon dash button for the magic wands it really adds up every
Yeah,
time
yeah,
you press that.
Right. Well, you buy one magic wand, and suddenly all your recommendations are screwed up.
Screwed up.
Well, you really carefully crafted. Never mind. I don't want to go on this.
Sure,
Yeah,
you pick the pinnacle and then they just give you trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you can just go to Amazon and request your report and find out how much money you've spent,
And then cry.
and then cry.
And then buy some tissues from Amazon.
Yeah, of course. All right. Last news story. We've got a water cool, all caps, water cool, Heat Killer 4, a custom water block for the NVIDIA GTX 1080 Ti. And it's a monster.
Big block.
Yeah.
You like cool VRMs? Because you can get cool VRMs.
Yep. And the Hard OCP has the full review there.
Look how big that
Yeah.
window is.
But it's very pretty.
Yeah.
There's no argument that it's very pretty, and it's bloody effective. The chip was running just over 30 degrees, just under 40, but the frequencies it was hitting were bloody impressive. As he waits for his slow internet to load here.
Look at those channels. Those micro channels.
Yeah, no, it was happily sitting at 2.1 gigahertz. Whereas the Founders Edition stock, when they overclocked it, the best they can get was 1.86.
Were
So
those,
yeah, it's a little bit chillier, but it runs faster.
were those microfins part of a subassembly, or were they actually milled straight into the billet?
Oh.
It looked like
No.
there was tooling marks on them.
Yeah, they sort of redesigned the way that they did it because this is not the original release of it.
Yeah, that one right there.
So yeah, if you take a look at it,
Yeah.
That looks like one piece of billet.
mhm,
Nice.
Wow.
That's some serious CNC action.
Yeah, I wonder how long the tool ran for that. 'Cause
a
that's
little bit of time.
Because it's probably reflected in the overall price of the water block. Hmm.
Yeah. Do we know how much this is?
If you gotta ask.
That's probably very true.
Doopy 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 doopy
Search for a dollar
doo.
sign.
What? That'd be too easy.
Doopy doopy doopy.
Let's check the first page.
$150 in Canada, so guessing 120 down there.
120.
That's lower than I would
Yeah.
have thought.
Actually, no, I'm sorry, I've got the wrong one. $220.
Okay.
Okay, that's more like
that's
it.
better.
The, the wrong picture until I actually clicked through, and it was, wait
Yeah.
a second, no, that's just a block. That's not a whole thing.
Yeah, I was figuring it'd be at least 3 bills.
Gotta pay for quality.
Yes, you do.
No,
just-
that's,
yeah,
that's
so
a
just the
1080
Yeah,
one.
that's the older
Yeah,
version.
okay.
Seems to be a little difficult to find right now from U.S. retailers, which
Hmm.
I believe they're a German company.
Yeah, yes, they are.
You might have to order it directly from them.
Well, if you can't find one of those, why not buy yourself 30 T-shirts from PC Per?
Yeah, exactly. 125 euro. Looks like.
Oh, 2 bills
Yeah, that's
plus shipping.
So pretty though. Look at that.
I'm so
All that
pretty.
material.
Oh, so pretty.
So pretty.
Huh.
Well,
very cool.
Sharp
yeah,
looking
if you can
product.
find it and you got a 1080 Ti and you want to water cool it, check it out. All right, we've arrived, we've survived all the way to the picks.
Thank the
Jeremy,
Lord.
yes, thank
And
the-
not just that, but Washington managed to win.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
Yes.
All respect to our Vegas viewers, but
Yeah.
Ovechkin deserves a cup. You will have your turn at some point. I mean, it may be now, but still. All right. So, Jeremy, you are up first with your pick.
Oh, this thing, I saw a commercial for it, and I have to go out and buy dozens of them because it is the best thing ever. It's a 32 gig flash
Okay.
drive for $113, but it's a Picture Keeper Pro, and if you click it into your machine, it immediately launches your My Pictures folder and lets you copy them over easily.
I think,
Also, it's malware.
I think he's had a stroke.
Or you
Yeah,
could
I like the
buy,
one
say, a
star.
16 pack of 16 gigs for half that price.
Was that 1-star a written review? Is there some text we can look at? Oh,
Bitter
bitter disappointment.
Yes.
And apparently it doesn't work very well either. No, I saw this and I'm like, are you kidding me? This doesn't exist. And I looked it up and I'm like, yep, Amazon's selling it for $113.
Wow.
So yeah, you gotta go buy as many as you can right away.
So this is the anti-pick of the week.
Yeah, this is just the damn funniest thing I've
This is
seen all
like-
week.
It's
gonna
the
be
warning
on-
sign.
LGR oddware in like 25 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Okay.
Wow.
Well, Josh, do you have something that someone in their right mind would actually want to buy?
Well, yeah, because even though Alan reviewed it last week, it's already available on Newegg.
It
the
is.
ADATA XPG S8200.
Oh my goodness, you
It's already there.
You're
and
such a
for
tease.
slightly below MSRP at $169.99. Thank you.
But does it
That's-
back pictures up?
No.
I mean, I
Isn't-
guess it could.
Isn't that fantastic? Isn't that beautiful?
Look at those
Yeah, you can
SSD
get it now.
shots. Just
It's very
stick it on the
tempting,
outside
but
of your
that's
laptop.
key.
It looks like they're shipping straight out of China, I guess, because it says
And
two
straight
to
out of
10
Oakdash?
days.
I don't know.
It says it ships in the US. Yeah.
Most,
That was weird.
2
most
to 10
customers receive
days.
within 2 to 10 days. I don't know. Well,
I don't
I'm
know.
just not used to
But anyway-
Newegg's shipping estimates.
Who needs it right away? Just get it, buy it for the price because
Get it
it's
now.
inexpensive and
What's
it's
the 960 running? Oh, browser crash. 350 for the 960. I think that's MSRP.
I think so. And
Great.
available.
$90 for the 240.
Oh,
Sold
jeez.
shipped by ADATA.
Nice.
Well, there's
So
your...
yeah, I'm kind of amazed that they hit the market as quickly as they have, considering reviews just came out.
Well, if they're doing their job well, they'll time availability with reviews. It's just that sometimes it doesn't work out.
Most people don't do their job real well.
Yeah.
Sometimes
they're
your
under
container
different
ship gets
pressures.
delayed.
Yeah. Stuff happens. The Kraken got him. Okay, Ken, what do you got for us?
Probably a mistake.
Probably.
So there's been this-
look-
it's supposed to be shipping here pretty soon, but it's coming from
That's
China.
not
so
where
who
the
knows
D sub was before.
how fast to get it. But this is a ThinkPad X201, which was a 12.5 inch ultra portable at the time. It's what they launched kind of alongside the MacBook Air. Like this is
Mhm.
their thin and
Yeah.
light sort of take on things. But they've shoved an i5 8250 in it. So a 8th
It's not
gen
where the D
quad-core
sub was
hyper-threaded
before.
15 watt processor. It's got modern-ish I/O. Still like options for LTE, 4G LTE connectivity, M.2 slots. One M.2 slot, one mini PCIe slot, 6 DDR4, 2.5 inch drive bay. They essentially have what I believe is new old stock of these enclosures, and they slightly modify them to fit the new motherboards with the new ports and everything.
Mhm.
And they're packaging them up, putting actually one of the cool parts is a 1920 by 1200 16 by 10 display in there. So they've sort of found like this is a common thing with retro ThinkPads. If there's some compatible displays that have come out that have higher resolution, they can easily, quote unquote, retrofit into an old chassis. So that's one of the things they do. New processors, and I'm curious as hell.
This is bizarre.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
But I like it.
Go away for a second, Alex.
I
I'll
like the
pull up the actual
individual.
website.
Yeah. Don't look at me.
like.
Well, you're saying something interesting.
So this is the form where all of this stuff actually happens. If you cut to it, I think this is the development thread. So I mean, there's hold on, somewhere in here there are like the modification instructions. If I was smart, I'd actually translate.
First you find the fool, then you find his money.
Okay, here we go. Trial production board installation guide. So like you can just get the motherboard and the processor unit, and apparently they're shipping with ES parts. Like it's not really an official thing in any capacity. Like you can make slight modifications to the chassis to get everything to fit.
How do you say "fell off a truck" in Mandarin?
It's
These
probably
are
a pretty common phrase.
Industrious individuals.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's probably gonna
I
have
like it.
some super secret embedded nice keyloggers and spyware.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to know. I have to know what this is gonna be like.
is that
If and when I
Don't
ever
plug
get
it into your network.
is that an onboard sim?
It looks like it. I believe mine is supposed to be coming with an LTE radio, so we'll see how that
makes
works.
sense.
Threw it in when I ordered it, so who even knows what frequencies it'll work on? But yeah, you have a 2.5-inch drive bay there. You can kind of see the Wi-Fi and LTE antennas going everywhere. It's fascinating. They've also done this with other machines, like some X series and like T70s,
Yeah.
some
Or the X62 would be nice.
yeah, some significantly older ThinkPads, but I personally always like the X201 form factor. Brian actually used one for a long time, so we have an original X201 to compare to.
Nice.
But it has the 7-row keyboard, has the ThinkLight, has the nubbin, has all of that great ThinkPad stuff, magnesium chassis.
Love the nubbin.
So
Legitimately.
it's like the super extreme version of the ThinkPad 25th anniversary edition, where they kind of phoned it in a little bit and just put the old keyboard on the new T470. But
Sure.
So we'll see. Stay tuned.
And how much money did you spend?
We're not going to get into that yet.
Okay.
We're only going to say that if I get a laptop.
And that's right. I should use the word
Several
That's
million
fascinating.
yen.
how much money is at risk is the
Did I piss
proper
away?
way to say that. All right.
We love the capitalists in China doing
Yes.
this stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love.
Absolutely. It's
If
it's
only
incredible.
Lenovo would do something like this.
Mm.
You're part of a small market, Ken.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
it apparently can't be that small. They're making bespoke motherboards in China.
Well, I mean, that may not be as big of a deal for them. I
Yeah.
mean, they've got all that equipment and
No,
I don't know. But okay, well, mine real quick here is some really cheap Bluetooth earbuds. I used to have a nice pair of Sennheisers that I lost or broke or something, and it's been years, and so I've got like big over-the-ear Bluetooth headphones. But it's summer, and I want to take my kid to the park, and if I'm sitting in the park wearing these while he's playing on the playground, I'm just a dad watching his kid. If I'm sitting there with my Sennheiser HD700s on, I get the cops called on me.
Yeah.
So, but I also didn't want to spend a lot of money because I'm not an audiophile. I like good audio, but I'm not that attuned to that quality, and I don't want to spend hundreds of dollars. So I found, there's a ton of these on Amazon and other markets. And they're all very similar. They're in-ear Bluetooth earbuds, just like the more expensive ones, except these are $24. So I got them about a week ago, and so far so good. They sound quality is pretty good. The seal is pretty good in the ear, so it blocks out a lot of ambient noise.
Oh, you can do.
I can do yoga. I mean, I can't
That's
do
not
that.
yoga.
You sure
That's
could.
not yoga. What is that? Oh, it's just stretching.
That's like-
I don't know.
Ballet.
That's like ballet type
It's
stuff.
Gymnastics.
I can't do.
Gymnasties.
I can't do anything.
But you
could
could
you do that?
take
I mean,
your T-shirt and knot it in the corner like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean,
Okay.
if I was doing this, it'd be because I was in the throes of some sort of seizure. But yeah, the sound quality's very good. The battery life thus far, I haven't ever gotten to the point where I've tried to run it out and fully measure it yet, but I've worn it for probably 5 hours and it's still going. And they're real lightweight. The controls work well. You know, some of the reviews say it stops working after a couple months, or if you get it really sweaty, it stops working, even though they advertise it as sweat proof. But my view is, at this price point, if I can get 6 months and they break, it's not a big deal, because, you know, it's you can buy another
It's the
one
price
or-
of 3 Starbucks coffees.
I guess. But do those
Sure.
Starbucks comes with the diversity add-on?
Exactly.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Because I'd have to insist on that. So yeah, I don't want to say disposable because that's wasteful, but I hope they last long. But if they don't, it's not a big deal. So again, this is just one brand that I've had a good experience with. There's 100 different ones there. Check them out, and check them out especially if you, like me, can't stand the Apple earbuds. No earbud or any type of headphone that Apple's ever made works with my ear. It just doesn't. It doesn't fit well. It doesn't.
You're not
sit.
the chosen one.
I haven't chosen one.
You're not the chosen one.
I'm not the,
The
chosen,
chosen
one. No,
one.
I'm not. So I can't. Earpods are not for me. Even this here is just barely sitting here, and it's a pain in the ass. So if you like the in-ear ones, check those out.
So let me ask you this.
Yes, yes, Josh.
Have you actually ever had the police called on you at the playground?
Moving on.
Wait. Why are we
No.
thinking about this?
No, but I did have the police called
It
on
wasn't a
me
playground.
in a parking lot when I was in college because I was looking at a
That's-
car.
I see. You know, my wife actually had the police called on her
Really?
at a playground. Yeah,
What was she doing?
because she told our 20-month-old child that he needed to go home from the playground, and he refused, and she said no. So she picked him up and put him in the car and drove away. And 10 minutes later, we got the knock on our front door. The police were there. Someone had called the cops on us because it just didn't look like he wanted to leave.
Sure, he didn't.
So we had a welfare check and a nice call up and some background checks because my kid was tired and was throwing a fit at the playground, and the wife took him home and put him down for a nap, and he was fine, but we got the cops called on us.
We never would have gotten away with that as kids.
No.
No, you've got to murder a child when we were kids to get the cops called on it. Otherwise, you refuse the parents, and the belt came out, and they whipped you, and everybody was like, "Kids should know better."
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got the belt? I had a wooden spoon.
Okay.
Anyway, so how about mechanical keyboards,
Yeah,
guys?
Let's
Speaking of spoons.
speaking of wooden spoons, Alex's pick.
Oh, so we had the earlier article about build your own keyboard, and I am a big proponent of that and everything, but I just don't have the time. So my wallet became much thinner. I don't know, when did I get this? Like 3 months ago now? Might have been 4. This is the Ergodox EZ. It's a ortholinear keyboard. The rows are not, the columns, I should say, are not offset, and the rows are offset to match the actual ergonomics of your hand. This is insanely hard to adapt to. The first week was painful. The second week still hurt. The third week started to feel right, and it took me about 2 months to become comfortable.
Really selling it.
Well, I'm getting there. But I have been,
It sounds like, licking sandpaper.
yeah, but
Eventually you get used to it and it's fine.
yeah, well, I mean, I did get my tongue pierced multiple times, and it hurt like hell, but it felt great afterwards. But anyway, what I'm getting at here is that I've been suffering from RSI in both of my hands for many years. And yeah, Linus made a video about it, and it's terrible.
So now I really hate it.
I know, right? Well, it's the dankest keyboard ever. No, it's not a dank keyboard. Ugh.
It looks pretty dank in this photo.
No, it's not. But after switching over to this primarily for 3 months, my RSI on both of my hands has been reduced 90%.
Why is there a cat octopus?
It's the GitHub Octopus.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah, all the source code's available for the firmware. They have a really, really nice configurator online. If you go up to the top right, and hit clone edit, you can actually go through and change stuff on it. You have the multiple layers there. And each key can either do a one shot, you can have it do multiple where, if you tap it, it'll do like a tab, or if you hold it down, it'll be a shift.
This is all I need.
Wait,
baby.
shift plus V equals capital V?
That's beautiful. Oh,
I love this already.
well
is
played,
great.
Ken. Well played. So,
best thing ever.
but anyway, I do have mine because the downfall of this is that once you get used to this, where it is completely isolinear, typing on one of these doesn't feel right anymore.
Half keyboard will travel.
Pretty much.
I can't believe you haven't. I was surprised you brought this up. I thought you must have picked this before because for months now I've been listening to you come in and go, God damn it.
No, this is very much a long-term thing. It's not something where you just go out on a whim and like, hey, I'm going to buy one of these. Well, maybe I did. But there, like I said, it requires a lot of time of adaptation. And that actually gets onto a deeper topic, which we kind of touched on with the DIY keyboard article. This opens up a huge rabbit hole because as you have the ability to modify your keyboard layout easily, starting after about 4 weeks, I started with a standard QWERTY layout with a few standard default, layouts for keys that came pre-configured. After about 4 weeks, I started changing them. Because as a CLI user for my day job, that's all I do is work in Bash, basically. You start to wear your pinkies out. Vim hurts your pinkies a lot. Bash hurts your pinkies a lot. So you move keys around. So as I noticed keys being used heavily by my pinkies or more than one key away, it would get moved. So now, like when you're going through your shift keys, for your number set, exclamation point, @mark, hash bang, all that's been moved down to a separate layer on the home row. So now instead of moving 2 keys, it's a chord and no movement. And this opens up a very large door and a very, very deep hole because you can just optimize forever and never get to what's right. But what really
Please tell me you're reprogramming a key occasionally, guys.
Yeah, I mean, really, this is normal stuff we do, right? Right?
No, I meant Ken and the gang.
Oh, you mean just to
Randomly
mess with him?
remapping a
Well, he
single key on
he
you.
doesn't bring it in every day, so our
Oh.
access is limited.
Yeah.
So, but the really nice thing, what really probably pushed me over the edge, because this is not a cheap keyboard. You can swap the key switches. You can pull, it's the change it yourself one. You can pull the keycaps off, pull the switches out, and replace them as you see fit.
Oh God, that's a lot of money.
Well, you can buy pretty much stock keys pretty much anywhere. Yeah.
They get half red and a third blue and some scatterings of golds and
I went with the Kayla, whatever it is. Kale's speed coppers, which are the 1.1 millimeter actuated tactile non-collared switches. Really like those a lot, but for like the meta keys on the thumb rest there, I switched those over to blues. So shift keys, tab keys, control keys are all blues, and everything else is the coppers. So, but like I said, I've had this thing for 4 months, and it took me this long to finally make the call of saying this is worth it. This is worth the money.
And it's a lot of money.
It is. I believe mine all up, which was configured with the tilt tent, no lights, no
Oh,
wrist
come
seals.
on.
No, I'm not getting lights on my keyboard.
Ugh.
No, I refuse. I draw the line. I think it was $329 wheels up.
That's a chunk of change.
It is. But like I said, my wrists don't hurt anymore, and I would pay 10 times that amount to have that.
I've got a Microsoft 4000 series keyboard that very much like that in ways. Except, of course, the keys are not. The switches are crap as compared. But yeah, it saves these things.
Yep. And there's also the Kinesis makes one. They make a whole lineup. But they did the one where I believe it's called the clone is called a Dactyl, where the key switches are convex over your fingers. So there's no reaching like this. It's all just wrist movement. That's a lot more expensive than this. I believe this goes for $700 and up, I want to say.
That's a few dollars.
Jump change.
I
Yeah,
could
just-
get 24 gigs of RAM for that.
Now you need to just get the mouse that's positioned on its side.
The
you know?
handshake mouse.
Uh-huh.
Handshake mouse? Yeah.
He doesn't use a mouse.
That's true.
Trackball.
Real men don't use mice.
Well, I do use the mouse, but we won't go into that.
All right, well, that's the show. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. It was great to hang out with you, as always. Make sure you check out pcper.com/live to join us live, pcper.com/subscribe to make sure that you're on our mailing list so that you never miss a live event. Masochists
Never.
are invited to visit pcper.com/podcast, where you can watch all the prior episodes. And if you want to ping us on Twitter, Ryan's at Ryan Shrout, and the PCPer corporate branding is at PCPer. So thanks again for episode 501. I'm Jim Tanis.
We don't do that anymore.
No.
Oh, we don't do that.
No.
I don't watch this show. I told you.
I'm still Josh
You're
Walrath,
over there
you
most of the
certainly
time.
I'm
are.
not listening.
Wow. Dennis.
Okay, so what do we do?
Just shut it off.
Just done.
We're done.
Okay.
We're done here.
Done.
Bye.
Run away.
Shut
Thank
it off.
you for joining us for this fantastic evening of scintillating conversation in the technical sphere.
Yeah, what he said.
Good night.
Bye.
Perfect.
Perfect. Cold out. Done.
We don't do that anymore?
No. We haven't
Shit.
done that for at least like 2 months.
Look, I mean, when I'm over there, I don't get the audio, the remote audio. So it's not worth trying to pay attention to what's being said.
Well, I mean, we have an extra jack on our headphone amp if you want the audio jam.
But
you can join in if
then
you
I'd
wish.
have to run a cord across the
Yeah,
floor.
there's not a cord across the floor
I know
right there to
all
begin.
about running cords
OSHA
across this place.
violations.
This isn't a workplace. This is a church.
No? Okay.
Oh,
So, Kent Econ mentioned we were thinking about, well, at least I was thinking about, a meetup in Fort Collins somewhere to have a few beers with listeners.
Cool.
Because it's a nice central location with, many nice places to go and eat and drink. So thinking sometime in June, having a meetup in Fort Collins. So anybody interested, let us know. There were about 15 people last time. It was a decent little show up at the bar. Had some drinks, a little bit of food. It's good times.
Great.
Yeah.
The chat is mentioning that his solution would be wireless headphones, which was literally your pick of the week.
Yes. Although we need wireless headphones with
You could just buy a 3.5 millimeter to Bluetooth
right
adapter.
wait, they make TRS to Bluetooth adapters?
I mean, it's a little device with a battery, like just to stream
That-
this over Bluetooth
that-
sort of thing.
That both seems pointless and awesome at the same time. But it is a good solution.
The real answer is I'm usually just trying to get stuff done over there.
Never getting stuff done over there.
I usually
That's
I
good.
can,
Watching
I can
hockey.
I edit the mailbag. I do watch hockey. Edit the mailbag.
Mailbag
get-
isn't
get
even
my-
recorded by the time we're doing
So
the podcast.
we've been doing really well. We've had it ahead of schedule. I mean, not today because it's Josh. so-
Nah, not this week.
I'll be
Yeah,
editing this
sunshine.
thing at
We're
midnight
gonna have some
tomorrow.
problems.
Yeah. But, just before 9 a.m. on Friday, if you could.
I will certainly try.
Okay.
It will happen.
Remember, you don't have
Yes.
to these people you don't have to answer their questions. Just read the question, give some bullshit answer, and move on. You don't have to waste a lot of time on it.
Have you watched any of our podcasts?
No.
No.
Because
No.
obviously I just do bullshit answers all the time.
You're great. You're super. It's fine.
Okay.
Well, you got a couple personal ones you might find interesting this week, like
Some great.
some stuff on burgers.
Dome.
Your
Yeah.
head. I'd love to use a screenshot of Homer polishing his head in the bowling ball polisher. So if you can like position
happen,
yourself where
Josh.
I can Photoshop that in.
There somehow.
Yeah.
I'll work on it.
You have a very specific fetish.
It's for the audience.
Yeah, it's for the greater good.
Yeah.
well,
How's the chat doing? Everybody cool?
I don't have a black eye, so that's a positive.
Yeah, we were all worried about you there for a minute.
No, you weren't. You were waiting for the comic relief of me being beat up by my wife.
Yep.
We should have brought her in. I've never even.
Oh, she did come in.
Oh.
She threw her coat on and said, "So how are you doing tonight?" And I had muted.
Alex
like,
must have had the
Gina,
monitor
there's-
switched to another feed.
Oh
Podcast
yeah. I
went
saw
on.
her come in and jumped
is it
off.
Wednesday? Just because you had Monday off doesn't
Yeah.
mean that Wednesday does not
Well, you
exist
know.
anymore.
This
Oh, you
week's
should
been-
have. Love to talk to her. I've never met your wife. Okay, that's not the reaction you generally want when you make a statement like that.
She also disturbed the kitty cat,
Oh,
and that's unexcusable.
Oh, the kitty left. Kitty was hanging out on the seat behind me for quite a while, but now she's just gone.
Mm.
She had a coat thrown on her. She's like, "What's going on? I'm out."
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause if you notice the start of the podcast,
There was no
no
red behind
pink
you.
coat behind me. It was when I muted and I asked my wife, "What is going on?" She came in. So, how are you doing? She threw the coat out. Blah 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 blah. I was like, "It's Wednesday. It's podcast night," and she ran out screaming.
That's what I want to do every Wednesday night.
The headphones and the microphone. It kind of.
who did she think you were talking to?
I mean, does
You
this
don't
stuff
want-
come out all the time? Is this just like a thing you do, Josh?
My life is chaos, and apparently I thrive on chaos. I'm not sure why, but I subscribe to it on a monthly basis. Got a lifetime membership.
Does it come with a T-shirt?
No,
Yes,
but
now it does.
The podcast sponsor yet?
Yeah, no.
Podcast 503, sponsored by Chaos.
We didn't have a sponsor today, did we?
Not that I know of.
Okay,
No, we
good.
didn't.
Because
If
Thank
we
the
did,
Lord.
they're never going to come back.
Runaway screaming. All right.
you had now.
I think I consumed all my originality for tonight, and it wasn't very much. The lake was shallow.
Okay.
Okay. Feel bad for me now. I'm gonna sign off.
All right.
We can get on that. See
Love ya.
Josh.
He never says "love you" back.
It's a real
Well,
one
So
way.
we
hang
should
up.
we should
Check.
start a poll for the audience on whether Ken's gonna see this laptop or his money again.
I'm not going to see the money. I'm never going to see the money. That money is gone.
Okay, well then just the laptop question.
Yeah, it was supposed to ship out at the end of the month, so I need to follow up in the next couple of days. I'll give them.
Well, is
Monday.
it
Soon
is it
you'll
the
get a
end of
very
the
nice
month
box.
already in China?
Guess it's the 31st in China, technically.
So was it the end of this month or the end of last month?
This month. I just sent it like last week.
Oh, then
I got in on the end.
So he doesn't know if he's ripped off or not yet.
Yeah, not yet. I have seen people say they've got these laptops from them on Reddit and forums and such,
Plants.
and they were using good
All
English.
from the
so-
same IP.
It's amazing what that what do they call it? The Google thing, the AI.
Yeah,
What's the name? Duplex.
Yeah.
Amazing what Duplex can do for
AstroTurfing.
you. Mm-hmm. What kind of payment method do you use to transfer money to these people?
Wire transfer or Western Union.
Oh. Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Wait, they're doing all this cool shit. They don't accept Bitcoin.
So yeah, this is
Come on.
like you can somehow manage to order the motherboards through that 51NB, like the group that makes them, but it's very, very difficult to figure out how to do it. But there's this intermediary that takes the motherboards, puts them in new shells, and puts new displays, and like ships it as a unit, and that's who I was dealing with.
and they have no more secure method of PayPal, Bitcoin,
Yeah.
Baidu,
Why would
whatever.
they? People are willing
Yeah.
to transfer the money.
I guess.
Why would you go to Bitcoin?
Yeah, it's you'd usually expect something like this to be on like AliExpress, but it's copyright infringement, and even AliExpress doesn't particularly like that. So then you'd be in more Taobao territory, which is where you find all the knockoff shit.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
All right. Good night. Good
All
luck.
right.
iTunes
They don't
gift
steal your
cards.
identity along with it.
See you, Jeremy.
See ya.
So yeah, the real shitty thing will be if I get this laptop and like it's like not usable.
Yeah, it
Like,
just isn't. Yeah, or like the modifications are real crappy.
Yeah.
And rough, and that would suck. Because we could do that.
yeah,
We get a mini ITX system and stick it in there.
Colin Sebastian. Yeah, honestly, I think either way, I'll probably end up selling it afterwards because I don't think I'll use it as a daily driver. Just
Well, I mean, if it's nice,
yeah,
because I mean, what's the market for? I guess you could go target people like you who
in the
are
U.S.
scared of
having one already in the U.S. would
Yep.
be easier to sell probably, but
No receipt, no warranty.
see.
Oh well.
So I hope it doesn't like massively thermal throttle or something like that. It's like, oh, it technically has an 8th gen CPU in it, but you're not going to get the performance out of it.
Mm-hmm.
The short little like reviews I've seen on forums and stuff have actually been pretty positive. So
But you said so. The reviews so far are really just people like posting forum threads.
yeah, like Reddit, the ThinkPad subreddit is kind of where I saw the majority of the
Well, I
information.
mean, that would be a good opportunity for us to do a real nice, thorough, official review.
Yeah.
Although,
yeah, that's the plan.
I don't know how Lenovo would feel about that.
I don't care really. Like
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why they'd have an issue with it. I mean, this is a bespoke custom build. There's no competition.
yeah,
I guess,
they don't seem like
I mean, just a lot of companies have policies of what their scrap,
Mm.
stuff, how that's used and disposed of. And
I mean, if they're smart, I think it's, and obviously a legal perspective is different. Like they have to protect stuff. Like it just still has ThinkPad branding, but like it's a really good look. We have these really, really, really dedicated fans all over the world who want this stuff. They've developed their own niche.
yeah.
Like
I mean,
there's a really good story to tell there about
There
the
is.
strength of the
there
ThinkPad
is,
brand.
but really good stories don't always seem to penetrate the marketing minds at
Yeah.
some of these companies. So,
Oh well.
well, any chat want to talk about anything else?
Nah,
No?
they're pretty.
Okay.
Pretty
Well,
dead.
so Ryan's out of town, but he'll be back next week.
As far as I know.
Yep. Alan is, for those who, I was joking, but he's gone. He's on vacation in Europe for a while. So he's,
I'm just joking, but really, he's gone.
I mean,
Like another 6 weeks, I think.
Yeah, it's at least 6. I think it's 7 total weeks.
I think it's like a day shy of 7 weeks, and
okay.
he left last Thursday. So
Yeah. So you may be seeing articles from him go up because he has pledged to leave his wife and, well, temporarily, I mean, and go to the hotel and write stuff while he's there.
Jim, your phrasing is amazing tonight.
Yeah. So you may be seeing articles from him, and he may be popping into the comments, but you won't see him for any kind of live stuff for a while. But don't hesitate to harass him
absolutely.
on Twitter or in the comments. Keep him on his toes. Can't have him getting soft on us while he's gone.
No.
That's another thing I could have rephrased. I'm sorry. All right. Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate you sticking with us, and everybody have a great night.
Yes.